What's up, and welcome to episode 37 of Brewing Through the Multiverse. We're a Magic the Gathering podcast. This is our second number. So we had some technical difficulties. We had to end the podcast. This is just a continuation of episode 37. Talking Bloomburrow standard now. So
yeah, that
think
was a
we left
limited
off.
episode. This is everything else.
Yes. So I'm pretty sure we left off saying that we didn't have any real new cards that are in standard.
Yeah.
Shieldred is still a son of a bitch.
Yep.
But what I did is, from what I've played through standard, I got a list of what I've seen. Now, me personally, I started by building a black-white bat deck built around Delny. That way triggers were happening double. Enter triggers, attack triggers, and death triggers are all happening double. It's working very well. It's doing great. My secondary deck, after I became a frog lever, I now have the frog deck with Clement, built around that bouncing, and then the duo is how I finish it. So that's what I'm playing. I know that what I play affects what I play against. I also need to say that I am in gold level 4 or 3 now, so it's not like I'm far up the ladder. Joel, I did send you a link to these cards that I have pulled here, just if you want to look at them, but there's not too many. So let me first off by saying the most problematic deck that I've run across that is very heavy into Bloomburrow is built around War Leader's Call. So the problem with War Leader's Call is there's hop to it right now. So for 3 mana, you deal 3 damage to your opponent, and you have 3 2/2s. So that's 2, 4, 6. It's 9 damage, 3 happening immediately, and then 6 damage across 3 bodies for 3 mana. So if you have 2 War Leaders calls, it's going to be 3 3/3s and 6 damage happening at you. That's a lot, but the problem is, and this is where I want to talk about the season of the white season there. What do we call that? I fucking don't have it here. But
Season
the white
of the Witch.
Okay, so
Not actually Season of the Witch.
Oh, sure. I believe you, homie.
I think that's a song.
But the white season of fertility, I don't know, of whiteness.
I'll say it's the Burrow.
Okay, I like it. I
of
think
the
you're
Burrow,
right.
it is, yeah.
Boom. All right. So when they cast that with War Leaders Call out, they just put the 5 creatures out. They're getting 5 2/2s, and it's dealing 5 damage to you. It's very, very hard to come back from that, especially if they've already done 2 hop to it's on the way. So that's the deck that I need to say is truly a Bloomburrow build. I mean, it's around War Leader's Call, but the tokens, the offspring, all that stuff is really where it shines. That's where last week I said you got to start running Brotherhood's End and stuff like that to just do these little cheap 3 mana board wipes and get rid of this stuff, because I mean, you're fucked. You're fucked if you don't do anything about that.
Yeah, they establish.
And then you can't even swing in to try to end it, because again, they have a wall of 2/2s and 3/3s. And even if they don't just block 1 for 1, 2 3/3s blocking your 6/6 is still going to kill your 6/6. So it's like, I was very impressed with that deck. I really like it. I want to see where that one goes. The next deck that I noticed is, and it's 2 different versions of it that I've seen. One of them is just the Shieldred deck. However, Shieldred Liliana, and they're putting in Thought Stalker Warlock. Nope. Iridescent Vine Lasher. There we go. It's a 1 black mana rare. So it's a 1 mana 1/2, and it has offspring too. So for 3 mana, you could get 2 of them out. And whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. So it just, turn 3, they're going to put 2 of these out. They're not even really swinging with it. They're going to start dropping lands, and they got the Fabled Passage. That way
So you're getting the 2
triggers, Evolving Wilds, all that shit is happening. And then if they have the green in it, like the Golgari, there's that. It's a 1/3 creature for 2 mana, and you could pay some mana to sacrifice it, and all lands from the graveyard come into the battlefield. So what they'll do is they'll drop Iridescent Vine Lasher with its offspring. Maybe they'll drop a second one with its offspring. And then they sacrifice that creature, and all of their Evolving Wilds and their Fabled Passages come back. And then they sacrifice them all, and that'll kill you right there. So
Yeah.
very cool deck. I don't really know what to do about it. Again, that's where it's
And
like
then
Brotherhood's
Delny,
End. Oh, shit.
Abzan, fucking
Dude.
bullshit.
Yeah. That just triggered that twice because both of them will be low. Fuck. Dude, Delny's going to come to be a really big problem. But I like this card. I like the play pattern of it. It's a little cheap creature that, although it's not going to do much, it could fucking kill you.
And it's still a 1/2. So at least you can block a 1/1.
Yeah, for sure. And okay, and it's a lizard. So that's the other part of this build. There's the Shieldred Golgari, let's do land shit, and then there is straight lizard shit. Another card that is in both of these decks that's also a lizard is where is it? Thought Stalker Warlock. It's a 3-mana 2/2 with Menace. When it enters, choose target opponent. If they lost life this turn, they reveal their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and they discard that card. Otherwise, they discard a card. And I don't think it's that powerful personally, but I've run against it multiple times against the Lizard decks and the Shieldred decks. And it's paired up with the Bandit's Talent, which is a class, which is 1 in black. When Bandit's Talent enters, each opponent discards 2 cards unless they discard a non-land card. So ultimately, they're ripping your hand apart with Liliana also. So now your hand's getting fucked up. You could pay 1 mana to make Bandit's Talent. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player has 1 or few lands cards in hand. They lose 2 life. So now while they're ripping open your hand, you're afraid to play anything because you're taking the 2 damage from this. And then you could also pay 3 more. And at the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card for each opponent who has 1 or fewer hands. So suddenly it's a Phyrexian arena that's not taking damage from you. It's actually going to end up hurting your opponent.
Yeah.
So Bandit's Talent, Thoughtseize Warlock, Iridescent Vine Lasher. It's this way of just dealing a lot of damage to an opponent without actually having to swing or do anything like that. I think we're going to see a lot of those combinations until they find out exactly what's best. But as you lean more towards the lizards, a Gate Blade Assassin is a 1 in a black common 1/3. Whenever it attacks, defending player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It's pretty damn powerful, and it's a way of getting Cindering Cutthroat, which is the 2 hybrid black-red 3/2. When it enters, you get the 1/1 counter if an opponent lost life, so you can use the other one to attack, take the life. This enters down as a 4/3. You can give it the Menace, and then Gev obviously is in this build, and Gev says, black-red 3/2, pay 2 life. As a ward is pay 2 life. Other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on them for each opponent that lost life this turn, which is what all the lizards are looking for. And then whenever you cast a lizard spell, Gev deals 1 damage to target opponent. So if I was to say, what do I see from standard the most from this set? It is just lizards out the ass, whether it be lizard tribal or in the Shieldred build, or this token War Leader's Call deck, which makes sense. I like it.
Yeah, goddamn.
Like a lot. Yeah.
War Leader's Call. What a fucking card.
Yeah, what a card. I'm glad I grabbed my 3, while they were $3-4. We'll see what they go. I think I paid 6 for one of them, but we'll see. And then another card that I saw a few times, two times cast against me for the blue decks is Kidnap, which is 2 blue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's you can gift a card. It's enchant creature. When it enters, tap enchanted creature. If the gift wasn't promised, put 3 stun counters on it. You control enchanted creature. So it's a great way of taking an opponent's creature. It's better than removal because now you own it. And if you really, really want it next turn, give them the gift. If not, just leave it tapped. Who cares? If there's a
Yeah.
chance that it's going to have a passive, ability on it anyway. So kidnap, homie. But you don't see a lot of blue. But
Good.
let's see. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll see in standard, but it's fun. People are definitely trying stuff out. I'm curious to see how it shapes out throughout the week. I do plan on building a lizard deck eventually for my Rakdos heart, and then frogs all day.
So here's a bit of maybe advice for the public, but advice for me specifically. So I did end up, thank you for funding my drafting experience. I did end up taking your advice and I bought the Planeswalker bundle.
Nice.
So I
Okay.
got the bunch of draft tokens, I got a bunch of gems. What should I, so now I'm sitting on like 8,000 gems around. What should I spend my gems on if I'm trying to get into standard?
So my advice would be, if you know exactly what you want to build,
I do not.
okay, I would say just keep on drafting. As you draft, and yeah, drafting is the best, but I personally like sealed because you get 6 packs to open right off the bat. And if you do well enough, you get your money back and you get prize packs. I like
Mm.
sealed the most, but I know some people don't like playing with that card pool. In which case, I would say draft. And as you're drafting, you're going to get gold. And whenever you get enough gold, do a quick draft and then do draft. And although maybe the cards that you're picking in these packs aren't exactly what you want, the amount of packs that you're opening will get you wild cards from the chest. They'll get you wild cards from, sometimes you open up a pack and it just gives you a wild card instead of a card.
Yeah.
So I would not just buy packs with it, because you're going to buy packs. You're not going to open what you want, and you're just going to be done. There it is. You open your packs, you're done. If you do the drafts and you just play slowly and carefully, even if you don't get everything you want, you're getting value out of the money you're spending. You're still opening up the packs anyway. And every once in a while, do that, the rare draft that doesn't fit your deck, but you're going to want it in standard.
Yeah.
And then once you have enough of the basics, invest in the land base and all that stuff. But I would definitely say just draft sealed, whatever you're comfortable with and you're enjoying, and that'll get you enough packs to get you where you need to go, or at least started. Do you think that just investing in wild cards is better, or do you think that the grind will be more worth it for you?
I mean, what
Because
you're
I know
saying,
you're not going to grind a lot.
yeah, like it depends. I could see myself getting a couple games. I mean, this morning I woke up early, literally just to draft and play 9 games like in a row, essentially.
Hell yeah.
So I am capable of doing it. I feel like, the drafting probably is the way to go, because I do enjoy, or at least sealed maybe too, because I do enjoy like the mini game of playing it that way. And then, I have played intermittently throughout like the years. I don't have, I don't have really any Thunder Junction cards, but I do have like a stockpile of Eldraine cards, like All Will Be One. I have some of those, March of the Machine. So I do have like some things kind of scattered throughout, besides really like murders and Thunder Junction. So if they ever have like a draft for those around, like maybe the quick draft, or because doesn't that rotate like what set it is every so often?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so then I think just hitting those drafts when it's a set that I don't really have a lot from would help.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
just
and
stacking wild cards from the packs that you open.
yeah. Yeah, because the quick drafts, you only need gems, and as long as you're just kind of saving them and not spending them on packs, you will be able to do quite a few. And the daily events give you anywhere from 500 to 750 gem. So as long as while you're doing quests, while you're doing drafts, you just kind of keep an eye out for that. That'll keep your quick drafts also going, and I mean, it should work. And what's good is, at the very least, Bloomburrow has enough to build a standard deck based around, and then you just use your few wild cards to pull
Yeah,
from
finish it
testing it
out.
out. Yeah, but I mean, start off with a Bloomburrow deck. And you also have that green deck, which I'm
Yeah,
sure you can just take a few Bloomburrow cards and add it, like put the turtle in there, and you know,
the
see
bear.
the bear, the season. Shit, oh, dude, the season in that deck would be crazy.
Yeah,
So, and then you just grind it through. It'll be a little bit of a grind, but it'll be worth it because once you're at that point where you have one or two decks, all other accumulations will just be gravy, and there's things that you could sit on for the next set, and then the next set, and it just sucks because it is upkeep. You do have to do upkeep in order to stay ahead of it, but it's pretty cost effective. And so the Planeswalker bundle that you purchased was 4 draft tokens, correct?
yes. So I've used
At
one.
6,000 gems.
Hmm.
Okay, that's a decent amount. It's $50, but I think that'll keep you going for a while because I spent I had almost 8,000 gems when I played, and when I was done with the sealed, I had accumulated 4,500 more gems. And then I did 3 drafts and I accumulated, I was almost at 10,000 gems again. So I was able to buy more sealed events. So it's nice how it does kind of pay itself out. As long as you're winning 2 or 3 games, you're in a good spot.
Just got to win 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, well, just draft frogs, right?
Yeah,
But I guess what's good too is as you're drafting things, whatever you're most comfortable with, you're going to draft more, which means you're going to get more of the rares in that form. So
yeah. Frogs.
it'll
Frogs might be just the
it'll work
way.
out. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how standard goes. I'm excited to see it in the future. The next few weeks, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. You know, I'm going to be playing it. Um, but I guess let's move to Bloomburrow Commander cards. Have you looked through all of these cards? Do you know what these decks are doing, or at least what the new cards are?
No, I do not.
Okay, awesome. I am going to give you about 10 cards that I fucking love. And we'll start it. If you pull up Mythic Spoiler, we'll start it in the first deck that it shows to the next one.
Word.
And I think that's how I did it. So the first one is the Raccoon Trash Bitch, right?
Yes, I know. Squirrel Druid is
Squirrel
first for
Druid.
Commander
Okay, okay,
on Mythic Spoiler.
okay. Yeah, yeah, that's the way I went. So I don't know how I screenshotted this shit. All right, let me open up my Mythics also. Let's do it
I'll
that way.
just I could just scroll to the raccoon boy.
But I don't know how I did this. Now that I'm looking at it, they're all over the fucking place. All right.
All right,
Okay.
so back to the squirrel.
Back to the squirrels then.
All right, so before we get started,
Yes.
it turns out that the squirrel deck is like the hot seller of the set and is sold out or like double the price everywhere. So I'm definitely not gonna get it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Not for
Now,
double the
okay,
price.
right,
If
but
it was the regular pre-con price, would have gotten it, but I don't want it badly enough to want to pay a markup.
right. And I wonder why, because I mean the commander itself, so this it's
It's the infect
two.
token. It's the
Is
infect
that what
one
it is?
apparently. Yeah, because when I went
Okay.
into the shop and I asked about it, and they said they were sold
Hazel's
out. It was
Brewmaster.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
like, yeah, no, it's the fucking infect.
Okay. So let's start with that one then. I think that's a good one because I do have it down here. That's Hazel's Brewmaster, which is 3 and a black for a 3/4 with menace. So 4 mana, 3/4 menace, awesome. Whenever Hazel's Brewmaster enters or attacks, oh no, that's not it.
Yeah.
That's not it. But we're
Keep
gonna
going
cover this
though.
one anyway. Whenever Hazel's Brewmaster enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard and create a food token. And then foods you control have all activated abilities of all creatures cards exiled with Hazel Brewmaster. Um, Honestly, I don't know what I would do with that. I don't like food. I don't like foraging. I uh I don't like it.
Huh.
So anyway, sorry
Why
for
did you
wasting your time.
screenshot that?
I didn't know. I'm in Mythic Spoiler right now. I'm looking through, but I thought that was the artwork for it. Um, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
All
now I'm
right, I'm going
scrolling
back.
through the
I'm
deck
going back to my
list.
shit. Here we go.
Yeah, I'll look. You
I
do
got here.
you.
It's Bloodroot Apothecary, which is only
There we
3 mana.
go.
It's 2 and a green for a 3/3. So 3 mana, 3/3 with Toxic 2. When Bloodroot Apothecary enters, you and target opponent each create a treasure token. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-creature token, like a treasure, that player gets 2 poison counters. So any treasure token, clue token, anything like that sacrifices, they get 2 poison tokens. So I definitely see for 3 mana you could stop people from using treasure tokens.
Is
Woo-wee.
that in Scrolled Away?
No, that's in the piece one, the group hug.
Oh, okay. I'm very actually confused as to why Scrolled Away is so popular then. Is it because of
Yeah.
Sawn and Half?
No, Sword in Half. That card's not expensive, is it?
Yeah, dude, that shit was like $6+ because you got to
Okay.
realize it came from like Infinity, which nobody wanted to buy.
All right. Well, let's just say that Bloodroot Apothecary is going to be a stopper for a lot of the treasure decks. Like,
Yeah.
what about my junk deck? What if someone plays that against me while I'm playing junk? I make treasures, I make clues, I make junk. I can't sacrifice any of it. So, definitely a stop deck. That is a hose card. But if we are going to go to squirrels, there is a class in there that I am in love with. It is 1 green mana. During your turn, artifacts you control are foods in addition to their other types and have, you know, the food thing of pay 2, sacrifice it. Then you could pay 3 mana. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, create a 3/3 green raccoon creature token. So now whenever you sacrifice a food, it's because a little fat raccoon had eaten it. So you get your 3 life, you get your little 3/3 raccoon. And then if you put it to 4 mana, if you pay 4 mana to get it to level 3, whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control.
Hell yeah.
So as long as you're just gaining life, which, if you're doing green, there's a chance you got white in there, and you're just gaining a ton of life. I don't know so much about the squirrel deck, but any deck where you're gaining life, this can just start pumping up your creatures hard while gaining life. I love it. I fucking love it. I don't have a deck for it, but I love it. What else we got here in the squirrels?
I'm just looking at the new cards.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. I mean, they got Scurrious Squirrels, which is a 3 mana with Myriad, which is wild.
I just don't feel like this deck should be sold out everywhere.
No, that's what I mean, dude.
What the fuck?
I'm not impressed with any level of the squirrels. I'm trying to make it
Yeah.
sound interesting. That class was the best one in it.
I mean, I like the odd acorn gang. I just like the idea of like the art. It's like a couple fucking grizzled squirrels.
Yeah, I like Sword of the Squeak. That's cute.
That's cute. Yeah. All right.
It's not a
Squirrels
good
kind of
card.
sucks.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
hearing
cool.
it
All right.
first,
Yeah.
folks.
All right. Let's go to them stinky raccoons.
All right.
Now this deck, honestly, I think has the coolest cards in it.
Wild Seer.
Yeah,
I
read
know I
it.
brought it up when it was on preview, but 3 red green for 6/6 the trample. Enchantment spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. I just feel like that's just a cool, like I know Cascade's been done to death, but you know, a cool different way to build a deck.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of the best cards are enchantments.
Plus Gruul enchantments, it sounded like I don't know. I don't think enchantments when I think Gruul, but
Well, I mean, Zendikar Resurgence.
Yeah,
Um,
that's green. Green for sure. Green, I definitely think enchantments, but I think like
Sunbird's
green white.
Invocation, Mirror March.
Yeah, there's enchantments in every color, Michael. I'm not saying
I love it though.
I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying when you think Gruul, it's not. It's Big Stompy you think of, not enchantments.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But Sunbird's Invocation alone, I'm down. I'm down. Because okay, Sunbird's Invocation, you cast it with this out, you cascade. The next enchantment you cast is going to trigger Sunbird's Invocation, which lets you look at X cards equal to the CMC, put out something CMC or less, and then Cascade will happen equal to the CMC of the fucking card you cast, which
Yeah,
that shit gets me hard. So
hot damn.
yeah, I like that one a lot. It's funny how like Myriad, they now have Evercoat Your Sign, which is the 5 mana 6/5 bear from this deck.
Yeah, hideaway, hideaway.
6/5, yeah, trample, hideaway. And whenever it deals damage, fucking pull one out. That's fun. That's fun
Yeah,
shit. Is this something you would run though? Okay, let's make this our fun or trash because this is really cool. But is this worth it in Commander? Fun or trash?
literally the hideaway, hideaway bear.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Because it's fun.
all right,
But is
let's
that
break it
shit gonna
down.
work?
Let's break it down. So it's 5 mana for a 6/5 with trample. So it's it's on a little above rate with trample is always good. Hideaway 3, hideaway 3. So you're gonna look at 3, put something, look at 3, put something. So you're seeing 6 cards and picking 2. Okay. Um Deals combat damage to a player. If there's something exiled with it, which there is, you may play one of them. I mean, I would say it's fun. I don't think it's trash. It's definitely not
But
like bad.
but would you run this like just in a green deck? You're playing some big stuff.
Would
Is
I
this gonna
run
make it
this?
in there? Yeah, because technically you
Mm,
get 2 free cards, but you got to hit with it. And
no, I probably wouldn't. It depends, unless I was like, yeah, no. If I was running bears or elementals as like a tribe or something, then absolutely. But not this is just like it's just like generic good stuff. Like I find that a lot of the times in my decks I don't have room for not like engine kind of cards. Like if it's not functioning in the engine, it's like usually the first thing I cut. Like those types of cards.
yeah,
Because when I build a deck, I'll literally I leave myself 3 cards as like flex spots, like Joel picks that are not like necessarily on theme or synergistic, and it's not going to make the cut of the 3.
yeah, yeah. I feel the same way. That's kind of why I picked that. When I read this, I was super hyped. I sent it to Troy, and I'm like, "Yo, Troy, check out this card." But then, like as I'm reading it again and again, I'm like, "Wait a minute, I would never play this card. I
No,
can't see
yeah,
myself ever casting this unless, like,
because like
specifically if you're casting things from exile in these colors. That's it.
yeah.
That's it.
So coincidentally, it's going to probably go into loot.
Okay, there's a good home for it.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
5 mana. See, that's the other problem though. It's 5 mana. So now I have to like look through loot and see if it's actually worth like cutting something else for it. It could live in loot. We'll try. We'll try it.
Yeah. So there's a chance of it going, but I see where it's not quite enough to be like, of course that's going in.
Yeah, it's just like
Bring it in. Yeah. All right. You got any to shout out?
from raccoons.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Then I do want to just say rolling ham sphere. The artwork and flavor on this is great. It's a 7 mana vehicle. It's a 4/4 vehicle. Rolling hamster gets +1/+1 for each hamster you control. And whenever it attacks, create 3/1/1 red hamster tokens. Then it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of hamsters you control. Crew 3.
Yep.
Dude, The artwork is literally a huge ball of hamsters, and one of them is like at the top holding like a little.
Yeah, I love that. I'm looking at it right now. It's great.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets. Whether it's playable, I don't know. If you're playing hamsters or just making little ones, um, I guess so. The problem is it's 7 fucking mana.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that. 5 mana would have been plenty. Yeah. I guess we'll shout out Prosperous Bandit, which is 2 and a red. So it's a 3 mana 2/2 with an offspring 1, which ain't bad. First strike, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create that many tapped treasure tokens. I mean,
Eh,
not great, but makes treasure
eh.
tokens, you know?
3 mana 2/2
Yeah.
is just gonna get fucking punched in the face by literally anything else.
You have a War Leader's Call Out, you sneak 1 hit in there, you get 3 treasures, you
Do
know?
you see this making it through someone's board at all?
I mean, I'll play it on turn 3, swing it at you turn 4. You
Yeah,
know, I'll try.
word. When I have my 4 drop for blocking.
Yeah, no, I like it. Anything that makes a treasure token, I'll keep an eye on it. But also, you know, okay. Alchemist Talent is a 4 mana. When it enters, create 2 tap treasure tokens. So 4 mana, but it gives you 2 back. But if you pay 2 mana back with it, treasures you control, sacrifice and add double mana. I mean, that's pretty good. And then if you bring it up for 5 mana to level 3, whenever you cast a spell, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, this class deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost. Now, the reason why I choose this one is Reign of Riches is an enchantment that I run in Krark. I don't think this card will go in Krark, but when it's paired up with Reign of Riches says whenever you pay, Reign of Riches will give you 2 treasure tokens. Whenever you cast something with a treasure token, you can cascade. So whenever you cast something with a treasure token, if both of them are out, you are going to deal damage equal to the CMC and then cascade equal to the CMC. Meanwhile, those treasures are tapping for double. I like that. I think this has a home in some decks. Where? I have no fucking idea. But there's a synergy with Reign of Riches that I can't not see.
They're gonna have to give it a whirl.
Yeah. Not in Krark, but it's got to go somewhere. Maybe that's something for Kate. Maybe Kate the Cage Brawler, because I got to pull some cards out of that to put into another deck I'm building. Maybe this will be a nice little slide to get in there and keep it going.
There you go.
I got a few more here. Jump in anytime if you got anything. Otherwise, I'll just keep on.
Honestly, nothing really like. There's no cards that I'm like, oh, I'm so excited about that.
All right. How about Tempt with Bunnies, dude? Tempt with Bunnies? 3 mana sorcery, draw a card and create a 1/1 rabbit. And then each opponent may draw a card and make a 1/1 rabbit. And if they do, you also draw another card and make a 1/1 rabbit. Oh, these bunnies just make more bunnies.
Sure.
No, that's not going to win you a commander game.
No.
All right. Okay, how about this? Gifting an extra turn to somebody. Perch Protection is 4 white, so it's 6 mana instant. It's an instant. Gift an extra turn. Create 4 2/2 birds with flying. If the gift was promised, all permanents you control phase out, and until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything, and then exile it.
Teferi's protection at home. No.
It's Teferi's protection that
at
lets
home.
other people kill. No. You let them kill. You just give someone a whole turn. They're going to be so happy, and then you disappear and you watch them just fuck everybody else.
And then what do you have left? 4 fucking 2/2 birds.
Yeah. And everybody just punch the shit out of each other.
What part of the game are you in where you're holding up 6 mana open?
Okay. And end of game, everyone's at like 14 life. You know, for our group, we all kind of like chip our lives down pretty evenly. We're all at 14 life. It's instant speed. Mark goes, Mark swings, beats the shit out of Joey. Okay, it's going to your turn. And I say, Joel, how would you like an extra turn? You're not going to say
You would
no.
never offer that to me. So
But
this is not even a fictitious situation. It's literally, it's like dividing by zero. It's not possible.
you're right. Okay, but what if you also have Teferi's protection in hand? I say take the extra turn. You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. You take the 2 turns. Oh, you son of a bitch! You would just draw the cards, ramp, build a board, and not do shit to spite me, and then
Yeah.
pass the turn. And now you've had 2 turns of
No,
building. Everyone's
not
in the
if it.
same spot.
Yeah.
Damn. Hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like as far as like the group of cards that are like Teferi's protection esque, there's this one. There's like Galadriel's dismissal, which you can like phase out all your creatures, but doesn't protect your life total. Um, Teferi's protection, obviously. I just don't. To me, it's the biggest turnoff is the 6 mana, even more than gifting the extra turn, because you're safe during the extra turn, but like 6 mana is a lot to hold up to like save yourself. I feel like, and then additionally, giving someone an extra turn, just
Yeah.
if they're alpha striking, really, because that's really when I use Teferi's protection. It's like we're very rarely in a meta because no one really runs combos like that where after that turn is over, all of a sudden they're not not gonna have their board anymore.
Yeah.
So then at that point, like you have your 4/2/2 birds, but they probably still have enough of a swing left to fuck you up if you needed to use this in the first place.
Yeah.
And by
Okay,
that
so
time, you're already kind of fucked.
you're right. I guess the one place where I can say with 100% certainty that I would like this to be is if I still had Raft together, because I'm saving up all that mana anyway. And if I could use that mana at an opportune time to watch, like Mark. Mark finally has all of his Hydras on board. Mark, I'll give you an extra turn. And I don't even talk about what I want him to do or anything. Let him do his thing. He's going to kill anyway. Mark, I'm going to phase out. You just have an extra turn. That's
Okay,
an
so
awesome
he
way to
kills
put it.
everyone else,
Yeah.
and then he has an extra turn where he plays another like 18, 36, 36 creatures, then passes to you, and now you're back. You've got your 4/4/4 birds or 4/2/2
Yeah.
birds,
Yeah.
and then what do you do? And then what do you do?
And
What's the
then
next play?
I'm not too sure, man. I haven't gotten there yet, That's
This
it's all
this
about the
is
journey,
trash.
not the
This card
destination,
fucking
man.
sucks. Fuck this
All
card.
right, this should have been our fun or trash.
Yeah, terrible.
All right, that's fair. All right, listen, I got one more card for you, and then we'll finish with this commander deck. Bullshit. It's Mrs. Bumbleflower. I love
Hell
this
yeah.
card. It's 1 green, white, blue, 1/5. It's a rabbit citizen with vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, any spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, draw 2 cards. You're giving someone a card, but I mean, you're going to get a lot out of this. I love this. I had a group hug deck. I think this is phenomenal.
Yeah, she would have fit right in.
Yeah. So, and great artwork. She's kind of wants it though. I don't know.
Yeah, she's look how she's seductively offering those snacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
One thing I'd like to point out, not relevant to the actual card choices, but I feel like a cool way to go about it is I'm pretty sure that the commander decks give you the full art commander.
Oh, nice. That's the way to do it. Yeah.
So I feel like that's a great change. Like cool
Yeah.
wizards, like awesome, like give the cool like printing of the commander as like the standard.
Yeah, you invested in the whole deck. Give us a good one. But also I did notice it's just Miss Bumbleflower. She ain't married.
Yeah, but Mr. Foxglove is trying to fucking sneak in there, slide in those DMs.
He can join us. It's a
Word.
kinky little fucking group. They're living on some hippie compound, just getting in there. Oh Jesus. Well, I think that's enough of Commander talk.
Yep.
Shit. What you got anything else for us? That was a lot of Bloomburrow.
Yeah. Just two quick things before we head out because I gotta
All right,
get off to the movie soon.
you got
Um,
it.
we got they announced Mystery Booster 2, which I'm super hyped for because I really loved the first Mystery Booster product. Um, I don't know if they're gonna do like a retail edition versus a convention edition again. I kind of hope so because the playtest cards are useless to me, but I just enjoy mystery boosters. As someone that enjoys opening packs, um, and I've heard that the draft experience is great, but I just like opening packs. I really loved mystery booster because like you could get anything. You know, it's good. The variety of cards is like insane.
Yeah.
Um, so just looking forward to that. But the two things I wanted to point out about this is that I believe they're gonna do. I'm not sure if it's the whole set. I don't think so, but some white bordered cards, which I find fucking hilarious because like everyone used to hate white border cards and they're coming back. Uh, and I remember when I was younger, like in high school, and I first learned that everyone hated them. Like I specifically sought out white bordered cards because I was like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna do the troll thing.
That's very Joel of you, yes.
Yes. So there's that, and then the other cool thing they're doing is they're bringing back the future sight frame. I don't. Are you
Oh,
familiar with
nice.
what that looks like?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Where the mana's like coming down, horizontal, vertically on the
Yeah.
side and
Here,
all
let
that
me
shit.
share this actually.
There we go.
Nope. What? Nope.
Boom, boom.
Why aren't
Don't
we
bring
doing this?
don't bring up that gay porn. You be careful
No,
what
yeah,
window you open.
the gay porn is away. Here, what if I just do that? Yeah, so cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Command tower, cool. Um I particularly like this border too because future sight was like lurking around when I first started playing when I was in like high school. And I remember seeing like those frames and like not understanding like why the other cards I saw were like the traditional cards and then these were so like fucking weird. Like for honestly in the beginning I thought like oh maybe it was like a different game or something. Like it was
Yeah.
just totally wild. So cool that those are coming back now that like I understand how to play.
Yeah.
Um
And it's cool that they're putting it in the mystery boosters too, to just like
yeah.
to give it honestly that mystery feel of like I don't even know what I'm gonna open. A white border, future border. That's that's cool. I hope they're not too expensive. I know the mystery booster packs got a little expensive there, right?
Yeah, towards the end because like as the, you know, supply kind of dried up a little bit, I think they got up to like 12 or $14 a pack. But also Mana Crypt was in there, so like, you know, you could always get a Mana Crypt.
Yeah. Let's try to do go to the shop for when that gets released. Let's do a draft at the shop.
Yeah,
I would
I'm
love to
down.
be part of that. Cool.
I'm totally down.
Yeah, for sure.
Um yeah, so Mystery Booster, cool. Glad they're doing another one. I liked the first product. And then the second thing is just foundations. They announced a couple more cards. Nothing crazy, but like Llanowar Elves. Um Anthem of Champions, just white green creatures you control get +1/+1. But the only thing I thought about this that I found like not my favorite was that they're gonna introduce collector booster versions. And it's like, damn, does this I feel like this set shouldn't have collector boosters. As somebody that loves collector boosters, I just feel like a product that's designed to build collections and like is gonna have like be the kind of like core set. Like don't have collector boosters for that. Just have, you know, cheaper
Well,
cards that everyone can buy.
how about this? Because if these are always going to be in print, what if the collector boosters were cheaper? Like,
Oh
what if it
yeah,
was only
then
$20?
sure. Then yes, I agree with that.
Okay. But held at the same value as all the other sets? No.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
because, yeah, like unless they stuff this thing full of fucking like insane cards, like collector boosters you really buy because it's like, oh, I want like the rare art treatments or a shot at a serialized card or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
This feels like it shouldn't be there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd like to agree with you if it's the foundation. Just it's supposed to be as accessible as possible. But at the end of the day, it- if the set packs are as accessible as possible, but people want to get that omniscience with that extra artwork,
Actually,
let them
speaking
get
of
the
that,
money.
last topic. I literally only a couple minutes. Last topic is people are hating on the Bloomburrow financials. So people are loving Bloomburrow as a set, but I have seen in the finance world a lot of complaints about the value in the set. There's nothing really that's like going for a lot. Obviously, release just came out yesterday, so prices still are in a lot of flux, but it doesn't seem like there's any like high demand hot ticket items that are really going to demand like a premium price. Um, like Yigra and fucking maybe the Owl are going for. Oh, Innkeeper's Talent actually is like the big one. Um, but yeah, no, not much there. And a lot of people are reporting a lot less like rares and mythics from their packs, and that's directly related to the fact that Bloomburrow doesn't have like a bonus sheet at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna 100% agree with that. I don't see a card in this set that I want to pay. There's that green white bunny that puts a 1/1 counter on every like there's some cards where it's like, okay, I'll pay $8 to $10 for that card. But there's nothing here where like a shield druid where it's like I'll drop $60 for that card. Or meat hook massacre or a
Yeah.
vein ripper. There is none of that. And you see it in the limited where there's no card that will win you a game. It is a problem, but also in order to put chase cards in a set, you need to take away from the tight synergy that they made in this set. So although the finances of it don't let you get a chase card to pull, I do like the fact that every card is bringing something to the table in order to play. So maybe there's no $40 rare, but I'd like to think there'll be some $3 uncommons,
So then
which
my
no one
counterpoint
wants
to
to
that
hear.
would be bonus sheet. Don't fuck with the standard synergy. Just put a bonus sheet that's in collector's packs only.
Do you want a bonus sheet in every set? Do you think,
Yes.
yeah,
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 hands down, yes. Because I'm somebody that likes to open packs because I like the gambling aspect of it. And realistically, I bought Bloomburrow just to have like a chunk of it in the collection. But it's not a set where like for instance, I'll still occasionally buy a Lost Caverns of Exelon collector pack because there's a chance you could pull a Mana Crypt. And
yeah,
that's the only thing that would keep me buying those packs. On the other hand, I wouldn't buy a pack of like let's say like Markov Manor because there's really not anything. I mean, I guess there's the serialized even there though, even there's no serialized cards to hunt for. There's no bonus sheet like cool
yeah,
things. I know that there's the anime there are the anime planeswalkers, but the planeswalkers they chose besides like Jace the Mind Sculptor aren't really like anything special.
yeah. All right, that's honestly that's fair. And in but that's the thing though is when you're playing a lot of limited, when you suddenly have these old time cards that aren't in the set, it can fucking skew a whole game. Like I had mana drain in one of my drafts for Thunder Junction, and if I mana drained one of their big spells, they would just concede,
Yeah, it's
and that's
sick.
fun for me.
That's dope as
But
fuck.
also like that wasn't Thunder Junction at all. So I'm iffy on
Oh,
it
I
with
see.
limited,
Yeah.
like
Commander
because
packs
then
only. Commander packs only then.
okay, I'm already that. Okay, well let me ask you this though, because we've gotten the bonus sheets like Thunder Junction. Well, actually, Thunder Junction had both, so we can use it for both.
Yeah.
Do you prefer the Lost Vault shit where it's standard legal bonus sheet, or do you like it where it's reprints bonus sheet, not in standard, so it's less usage, but it's also you can get reprints.
The second. I don't give a shit about standard, but most of the time the things I want are things that aren't necessarily from the set.
reprints.
Yeah.
Right. I agree because the whole, the aftermath and all that shit, like why are you just putting these mythics in the set without any synergy really, or any, it felt weird. I would much rather get like the spell book and stuff like
Yeah. All right. Finish that beer.
I like it.
Is that beer empty?
Mm.
There it is.
That is
The bottom,
bottom
of the
of the fucking
glass.
Oh, all right. This was a long one, broken up into
Yeah.
2 episodes. Honestly, I think we did like an hour and a half. That was wild. But we had
Last
a
one
lot
was
to say.
45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. A lot of content for everybody. Hey, if you made it to the end of the part 2 fucking podcast, take a minute. You play Magic. You know someone that plays Magic. Let someone know about this podcast. We just had the smallest bit of influx. We are now in 2-digit listeners. So we just want to see if we can move it forward a little bit. Just send this to someone, whether it's for shock value or to fucking see how wrong we are
You're
about
like, yeah, how
Bloomburrow, but
fucking
just
wrong
send it out.
these fucking jerk offs are.
These fucking frog lovers. Oh my god.
Are they French?
But yeah, no, it was good. Listen, you enjoy your weekend. I'm excited to play a ton of Standard this week and just kind of see how it's changing and talk about whether Shieldred needs to be banned or not. That'll be next week.
All right.
But anyway, man, you have a good one. Take it easy.